Hi Stanwich, your favorite chef here. We're back for number 2 in the series in our cooking demos. My wife behind the camera.
Hi everyone.
Thank you, Laura, so much for helping out. She's been very instrumental in getting the editing accomplished and getting this to look like something, so thank you again. The first video being a warm-up for this one. While this video is going to be a little bit longer, be patient and pay attention. I'm offering up some knife skills, important cooking techniques. Make sure during this video that you have all the ingredients chopped, measured, and scaled off before you begin cooking. It's a lot of production as far as items go, but once you get it together, it goes really, really fast. Super, super easy. Prep is the hard part. I found the best way to get your kids to eat vegetables is involving them in the cooking process. So if they can help you do a little prep, get some things together, they get interested. So I hope this works out. The dish can be also altered to be vegetarian or vegan with just a few minor adjustments. Please, I would say, please email me at rking@stanwich.com. I'd love to hear your comments. You have any questions, any other cooking questions that you may have, you want to ask, please email me and I'll try to help you and get you along the way. Enjoy the show, be well, and stay safe. We're going to try to accomplish just a nice spring pasta dish, and I'm going to walk you through it. I've got some little tips and anecdotes. I would like to try to throw out a little trivia question as to garlic. This comes into play from a movie, and if anyone can answer this question, please email me back as to the movie that you have seen it in. And it was a gentleman, he was incarcerated, so he took actually a razor blade. Well, I don't want you to do this at home. His philosophy was to basically sliver the garlic so thin that it would dissipate into the sauce, and you would never ever know that it was in there other than the flavor. We'll just take this garlic and put this in with some things I already have prepared. My email is rking@stanwich.com, and tell me what the movie is. So normally, razor blades aside, we'll take that away. I would just take this garlic and just, with my knife skills, thinly cut, and we'll put that in what I've already had prepared. Okay. So the next thing, I have a little trick for you. This is for people who don't have such great knife skills, okay? Look at sliced mushrooms, all right? First of all, make sure you wash everything really good. And then this is a great little trick. If you have an egg slicer, believe me, this is a fantastic little trick. And look, you just take this, cut it, and then voila, look at that. Those mushrooms are cut. The next thing is just a little bit of knife skills, okay? It doesn't take a lot. Green beans, okay? We're just gonna change the cut. Everybody just does boring green beans, and we're just gonna take and just do a little bias cut right here. All right? All right? Super easy, yeah, for me, right? Super easy.
For you.
Yeah, my wife's chiming in. Mrs. Scorsese over here. I like to take the tips off for this dish, okay? We'll keep those because they kind of show up nice. Whoops, that's why chefs have bellies. We push that back in, and then we'll just kind of cut. All right, keep those fingers curled. All right, rubber gloves. Okay, all good. Good. Tips. Now, parsley. Beautiful flat leaf Italian parsley. Put them in a bunch, okay? Rather than try to just run a knife and just start chopping randomly like this. Get everything tight together, okay? And then just, it all kind of works itself out. All right, it all kind of leans on each other. And then we'll take it and turn it. Man, it smells so good. There's something about this flat leaf Italian parsley that I really love. It's just bright and fresh. Okay? And I hope this doesn't get too lengthy, but you know what? You guys aren't going anywhere right now, so you can listen to me. Scallions, okay? I've already cut a few. All right, real easy. Just make sure you wash them. nice and clean. And here we go, okay? Keep those fingers curled, all right? Chef, you make it look so easy. You know what? It is. It's just practice. It's all good, okay? And you just kind of scoop. That's what I love about these French knives, because you can use them as like just a scraper off the board and get everything up and away.
Chef, would you tell them about that knife? Because not everybody can handle all of the culinary knives, and that one I can handle.
Culinarily, I've trained my wife to, do her cuttings, and what you need to do is you need to choke up on it, if you will, just like a bat, just like somebody coming up to bat. You tell your kids, choke up on the bat, you have better control. It's the same thing here. If you start driving your knife with your finger, okay, what happens? You're wobbling all over the place, okay? Once you choke up on it, you got a thumb here, your index finger over here.
Makes all the difference.
Get yourself a nice wide blade, okay? And go out and, buy a nice knife. It's worth it. And then you have so much more control as to what you're doing. Next, we're staying on the green theme, okay? I've got beautiful basil right here. And then what we're gonna do is just pick, okay? All right, off to the side. And then you wanna take these leaves, kind of bunch them up again, roll them up almost like a cigar, okay? And you hear this fancy term called chiffonade, right? Well, there it is, all right? It's basically just like a julienne of the leaves. And there we go. Again, scoop. Onions, don't overthink it. Peel it without crying, okay? Cut it in half, and I'm gonna give you a simple little tip here, okay? There's a root end to the onion, all right? See the root? That's where it came from, okay? That's what's gonna hold it together. This is the trick. So you're gonna take this, the curvature of the French knife is gonna work in your favor. You're gonna, I'm exaggerating right now, but you're gonna elongate your cuts. All right, so you see what's happening is this is not touching and cutting through. It's holding the root together, all right? So if I sound a little redundant, I'm just trying to go slow here for you. Okay, and then this is the important part. Everything's held together through the root system here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna keep those fingers curled, all right? And then we're gonna take just 2 cuts through the middle, and then look at this, all right? You've got yourself a beautifully diced onion, all right? And onions, as far as I'm concerned, and mushrooms and garlic are the building blocks of taste, all right? Without that, stay home. I don't know what to tell you. You can do without meat, you can do without chicken, you can do without everything. You can't make a sauce without, here I go, okay? I'm just gonna let it fly here because I wanna kind of get caught up. All right, little here, little there. Here we go again, okay? And look where I'm standing, all right? I've got my hands 45 degrees, 45 makes a 90. I'm standing square over the board, standing right over what I'm doing. I can't make a mistake unless I get distracted or I do something stupid, all right? Like not curl my fingers. Okay, so there's an onion, boom, on the board. Beautifully chopped and ready to go. Also in this dish, we have some beautiful saffron, an incredible flavor that you can't replicate. Saffron is the stamen of a crocus plant, all right? We're on a springtime mission here with lemons, and man, the smell coming out of there is incredible, right? It takes about 10,000 of these to make 1 ounce. It's a labor of love. And there's a flavor there that you cannot replicate. The color is incredible. We're staying on this same theme with our lemons. God, I love this stuff. You know, this goes really well with, I mean, you could do this into drinks. So it's great to invest in a microplane as such. And the way I like to deal with this is from one end of the lemon to the other, either a lime or orange, whatever you're using, and just kind of let it build into the zester. Okay? We're letting it build. Man, it smells so good and fresh. There's just something about this that's like brings spring alive to me. I love this. Okay? And we're going to just tap, tap, tap into there. All right, and again, let it build. A lot of people will take this and they'll like grate it over something and it goes all over the place. This is how you collect it, okay? So you got some nice little culinary tips here today. So, in addition to another great little tool right here, okay? Get yourself your little personal juicer, if you will. We're gonna take this, break these down in half. And again, for the brightness, we're going to hold these off. A little later on, we're going to pop this into the pasta sauce, okay? Just like so. All right, we'll put this off to the side. Next step is to go to cooking the pasta and making the sauce. Rule number 1, stainless steel pots. When you're boiling water, bring the water to a boil first, okay? This will come up shortly. Do not put your salt in until the water comes to a boil. Why? You ever see that discoloration in the pots that takes place? The iodine, whatever's in the salt, whatever you're using, is going to show up, the minerals. They show up in the bottom of your pots and you're wondering, where the hell did that come from? That's because I put the salt in before the water boiled. We're going to multitask here. I'm going to let that water come up to a boil. I've got some heat going into this pot right here. We're going to make our sauce. We're going to try to do a 2-pot meal so we're not too crazy and all over the place.
Chef, how many people is this for?
This is for 4 people.
4 people, okay.
This should serve 4.
5.
5 maybe.
6 if you're really watching your portion.
If your Uber driver shows up, you might want to throw him a dish, but it's all good. We got a little heat working here. The ubiquitous olive oil, okay? I'm going to start out with about a 1/4 cup. Gotta have it. All right, I want to see that start to get some heat. Like, how do you build these flavors out of thin air? Well, it starts with onions and garlic, and those are the earthy things that you need to start working with. Mushrooms, it's where it all comes from. Okay, Guy, if you're listening, I know you don't care for mushrooms, but I'm a firm believer. I've put more mushroom extract in the sauces that you've eaten over time in our tenure. Wine is another way to develop flavors as well. Okay, so I think we have enough heat in here. I just want to see a little smoke coming off of this. So hopefully by the time that I get this pasta cooked, okay, there's my shining star of salt. All right, and see that? All right, what does that do? It raises the boiling point, okay? That's why that's bubbling up like that. Now, also, when you put your pasta in, don't walk away, okay? Laura, would you take that for me?
Sure.
Thanks. So, get it moving around, okay? This beautiful nests of pappardelle that I have right here, move it. You walk away, it's going to stick to the bottom of the pot. There go our onions, okay? Love the old wooden spoon. We're cooking, we're moving. All right, let's get this pasta moving. Multitasking. All right, this is right about now is where you pick up a nice glass of wine. Okay.
I've got that covered.
Laura, that would be great.
I've got that covered.
Okay, she's going to take care of me.
Oh, you.
Oh, that was for you. Oh, I would love a glass of wine. That would be fantastic.
This would be my glass.
No, she's got her own, so well, maybe she can hook me up. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we got our onions. You got to keep them moving. keep that temperature up a little bit, okay? I like to see them start to turn clear. Move that pasta. Any dry pasta, 8 to 10 minutes. Anything worth its salt, pardon the pun. So, where people go wrong is they put their garlic in too early, and then the garlic will burn and start to turn bitter.
Guilty.
Okay? We have our famous movie garlic right here. Okay? Boom. There it goes. All right. So what are we doing? It's building blocks. We're building flavors. Okay? All right. Perfect. Man, that smells really good. Okay, starting to come up. Let's check this pasta. Make sure everybody's moving and not sticking to the bottom. That's the worst, man. You get those little pastas that stick to the bottom of the pan, and then somebody at the end of the night's not happy scrubbing. It's usually me. All right, so we got some nice fragrance coming up here. All right, so next is the mushrooms, okay? The mushrooms, now we're gonna turn this up high heat, full throttle, okay? And boom, okay? The mushrooms are gonna give us that earthiness that we're looking for. This can be a vegetarian dish. This can be a vegan dish. You can see these mushrooms are starting to wilt a little bit. And we got some good heat working here. Let's keep an eye on our pasta. We're getting close, okay? All right, so next, we're building flavors. We got layers, we got olive oil, we got onions, we got garlic. I got steam. I can smell it. It's really, really good. Okay? This is starting to loosen up. And listen, mushrooms are like 90% moisture. And that moisture is going to just envelop the flavors in here. Okay? And here we go. Okay? I want to get that moisture working in the mushrooms. And then we're going to do, I would say about, for what we're doing, a cup and a half of white wine.
Oh, it smells so
All right,
good.
one for the chef. Cheers. All right. So as Laura said, the smell. The smell comes up. Everything just exploded right there. The garlic, all good. So we've already got a little bit of olive oil in here, which is a fat, okay? And we're going to throw our saffron in.
Gorgeous.
Okay? This is about 3 pinches. I don't know how to measure it. I just kind of go by eye with that. And this is a whole other fragrance. You can see the color change, okay? You see the color change because, oh man, the smell just came up and just hit me. Fantastic. You see the colors starting to change? Kind of cool. This is your choice, okay? You could do mushroom broth or vegetable broth. I think we already have the mushrooms in here. I think we're going to go with a chicken broth. Not chicken, I apologize. Vegetable stock. We'll keep this thing kind of on that same concept. Okay? And just about a half a container, maybe a cup and a half. All right? And that's just enough to get things moving around. See the color change?
Right.
And I want to check my pasta. I think my pasta's done. It's done. I can tell just by looking at it.
Neat.
All right, I'm good. I just want to move this around. Let's cover this. And believe me, you hit that with a little olive oil, cover it up, it'll stay until you're ready. Okay? Man, this smells good. I just strained the pasta. This is all happening at the same time. I hit it with a little EVOO, okay? Hit it. We'll get back to this later. Let me give this a stir. Look at the color coming up, okay? Pretty cool. Since we are on this lemon kick that I'm on, all right? Making lemonade out of lemons, right? Love you, guy. All right, just be ruthless. I'm gonna take 2 lemons, which you already saw that I zested. All right, we're gonna go bright. We're going bright. We're going green and bright on this. Okay, not to bore you, but our lemon juice is in. This is the baby. Okay?
But they don't need to do this if they don't want to use the dairy.
If you don't want dairy, keep it out. You can do this without. It's just fine. Since we're kind of on a weird vacation. There we go. Okay? That is about 8 ounces of heavy cream. See your color? See how it came up so beautiful?
That's gorgeous.
All right, so kind of springtime, kind of bright. You got that beautiful color. I've kind of designed this so I cut the vegetables in such a way where once this comes to a simmer, all these vegetables are just going to cook in there. And they're all raw, okay? So we've got asparagus, green beans, we've got peas, just little peas, perfect. Everybody loves. A little bit of green onion in lieu of the chive, which we couldn't find. This beautiful flat leaf Italian parsley. And my favorite, oh man, if you don't grow basil in your backyard, I don't know. Look at that. And it just, you don't need to thicken it. Okay, look at this. This is amazing. You got all that green, a little yellow sunshine in there. All right. Oh, I'm liking this. And it cooks so fast. You got all that heat. All right. It kind of shocks it and slows it down a little bit, but it'll recover. All right. So now I have no salt in there. I got to go to my soldiers. Okay. Mr. Salt and Mr. Pepper. All right. You got to crank a couple in there. Get a little sea salt working. All right. And some black pepper. I don't know. I've become a black pepper fan as of late. I love it. Just absolutely love it. The mushrooms have taken on the color. All right. You got a lot of chlorophyll in here, which you're going to taste. Well, my lucky family will, but all right. So now, the last ingredients are, here we go again, lemon zest. That's going to brighten everything up. Boom, right in there. Okay? If you don't like lemons, stay away. Look what she did for me. How fantastic is that? What are we drinking?
I don't know.
I love that wine.
Does it matter?
I love that wine.
Does it matter?
It's smooth. It's good.
It's delicious.
Okay. It's all good. Now.
That is one gorgeous dish.
Okay.
So beautiful.
So we got our pasta. Look, see it's still steaming. It's not overcooking. You know, you got your olive oil on there. All right. Well, I don't know where you want to go with this, but well, we can follow.
Well, we're going to plate it here, and then we'll bring it over to the counter. Okay. But look how beautiful that looks on that dark plate.
Yeah, and work. You know what? Do yourself a favor. Maybe for Easter or something, just bring out your family china. Dust it off. Nobody uses it. It's kind of fun. Okay, if you have something up your sleeve.
It's actually the perfect plate.
Yeah, I think this is good.
Gorgeous.
So we got all this goodness, a little bit of the broth, okay? We'll hit it with a little bit of parm. And I don't think you can go wrong, okay?
Gorgeous.
Man, that's kind of cool. I like that. All right, so after all that, here we go. We've got this beautiful pasta dish. And just remember, when life gives you lemons, make Pappardelle Limone.